Welcome to Wagwarn, Abel. It's our first episode. We've got two members of the Masai tribe who've agreed to share their insights into the world of Masai dancing. So, could you introduce yourselves?
Thank you very much, Abel. My name is Daniel Olemosiro from the Masai community in Kenya, and my brother.
My name's John Lekoya from Masai community back in Kenya.
What's your background in the community?
For me, I'm a community leader, as this can show. So I have some responsibilities within the community to sometimes organize events, and sometimes even to educate people on certain issues concerning culture.
I'm also a leader in the community. We have a rescue center of which we rescue girls who are being forced to early marriages and female genital mutilation, which is really common in Maasai land, Kenya.
You guys have come to do some talks about Masai dance and creativity. So personally for you and in your community, what does Masai dance for you?
Thank you. Masai dance is not just to enjoy the music, to listen to the music. It's not just about dancing, and it's not just about the sweetness of the songs. Rather, it has a very, very deep meaning. Mostly, it is the messages that are in the music. That is a very most important part, which is mostly in our culture. We do not have a written history. So you'll expect that if we didn't have something like music to pass the history of the Maasai through to generations, it would have died long time ago. But luckily we have the music, which is we use the music to convey that message, and also for the younger generation to get what was being done before them. Thank you.
Music is an instrument of creating sometimes awareness. Also, it makes people happy because mostly when we have ceremonies like rite of passage, marriage ceremonies, music is an instrument of making people gain together and create happiness.
What is that, a rite of passage?
Rite of passage is an age set from this group to another age set.
Oh, right, like a special birthday.
Yeah, it's somehow like a graduation. Maybe from 15 years, they create an age set and they give a special name. From another 15 years, they create another age set. Yeah, so that's a rite of passage.
Yeah, so in the creative process of Masai dance, it's something that's been passed down for many generations. Do you ever innovate and have new additions to the dance, or do you try to always keep it the same, or do you ever make new dance moves?
Yes, we do. Each rite of passage, it is a span of about 10 years difference. Each age set will have to have their own music or their own songs. Well, they could carry some songs from the previous age set, but mostly it is them, the current age set, that will have to have their own music. So music is renewed after every generation. They have their own music after every generation. And one thing that remain constant is the songs about jumping, which is very famous in the Maasai community. That's very common. The jumping is just the same throughout the generations. It doesn't change. Sometimes the songs and the music does change, but not necessarily the styles of jumping. Also not necessarily the style of dancing also. It changes, but very, very slight. Yeah, maybe they just introduce a new thing, but it remains almost constant.
Say when you're coming up with new music, every generation or every rite of passage, how do you come up with it? How do you make up a new song? Yeah, what inspires you each generation, and does everyone have a hand in that?
Just as any other community in the world, we have musicians in our community, and they come up with the music. And when they bring out the music, they take it to their pals or to their friends, and then they can add up some words into that, or he can even add the words himself or herself, and then it's just it's just like composing a normal song. It's not totally different. It's just like composing a new song, and then they take it to the group, and then it becomes the age set song. Yeah, so it is not something that they compose and then do it for what is commercial purposes. No, they just take it to their friends, and then it becomes a friends thing. Yeah, so it is just the way composing songs, normal.
The people that come up with the songs, are they ever become celebrities in amongst the tribes if one's very popular, or
That's a very good question. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. What happens is once you've composed a song and you take it to your friends for the age set, it becomes the age set thing, not your thing. You will be mentioned sometimes. Even within the songs, there could be some mention of you. They could sing about you. You know how good you are, or how you know what you've done to them. But it's not like you uplift one person so high and becomes a celebrity. It's a group thing.
Right.
Yeah, Masai is more communal than individual.
Right.
Yeah.
I would put my name in the song if I was to.
I will do that too. All right.
Using music and art to maintain Maasai culture, and obviously go all over the world and talk about it. And what are the main challenges?
We have challenges. Yeah, thank you. We have challenges. One challenge is the modernization of the music itself. People are trying to modernize the songs and trying to put new things from external sources or from outside, from the other parts of the world. That is a challenge, because as much as we are developing and as much as the world is going ahead into civilization, we would love very much to retain the original cultural music. So that's a challenge actually. Another challenge is people losing interest of the culture and the whole thing, and cultural songs and stuff like that. People do not see that as a burden. They do not see the value in that. So mostly when the people get educated, they think that their old cultural way is more of a burden, more of a poverty-aligned life. So they would want to live a life of modern things. So they do not want to get associated or to be associated with the music that is in the cultural tribe. So those are the challenges that we are facing. Yeah, especially losing that the taste of the songs within the younger generation. Yeah.
Cool. And what was most rewarding about promoting your culture and keeping a traditional?
First of all, I have to say the very important thing is culture does not conflict with your life, way of your life. It doesn't completely. I went to school, he went to school, and we still very much deep into our culture. And we are also not very, like stupid outside. We know things outside. We know civilization. And so it doesn't, that's the first step. It does not conflict. So when we say the good thing about the music or even the culture of the Maasai is that it can integrate with the modern life. It is simply just it can. But people think you have to do away with the culture and adapt new lifestyles. Not necessarily. You will do that if you want. This is an individual life, and you do what you want. But mostly it is if you value your culture, you can borrow some things that are very important in your life into the modern life, vice versa. And so it doesn't have to conflict each other. No.
What did you like? So we've been in Birmingham. Obviously, you two have been in Birmingham, seeing the sights, the beautiful sights. What did you like the most about the UK and Birmingham while you've been here on your trip?
Here is really a nice place. People are really friendly here, and they really welcome us here in Birmingham, and we really appreciate it. And the family which we stay, which is Matt family, they are really nice people. I have ever met in my life. They really treated us like kings and queens. So we are really happy. We have seen places here in Birmingham, and it's really a nice place. A really nice place.
Nice one, man. That's nice.
One thing that I liked about Birmingham right now is the weather.
No, you're the only person to ever say that.
So actually the people are very friendly, unlike most big places or like big cities where you go and people do not even recognize you. We've seen here a very different culture whereby people just smile with you and smile at you on the streets, which is not very common in other places. So that's one thing that we found: friendship and people being very friendly.
Happy days. Okay, so now on the flip side, if you could change something about the UK, what would you change?
If I could change something, or if I had the power to change something, I would, okay, not as in change, but I would swap the weather. Take this weather to our place and bring our weather to this place.
Me too. I think a lot of people would agree.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing that I would really do. But about changing, we've traveled with used buses, we used trains, and we have seen that people do not have that communication within themselves. They talk to us, but they don't talk to among themselves. So I think social life, if I were to be asked, I would like if they can change that, the social life, and be more friendly towards each other. People are just on their phones. Everybody, you get into a bus and everybody's on their phones, so people do not even talk to each other. So that's one thing that I would really like to, if it can be changed.
Maybe for me, I can say the villages here, or the atmosphere, and maybe the good houses here are really different with the houses we have back at home. So I could say if maybe the houses can move back to our villages, and the houses from the villages came here, because here houses are good, roads are really nice, they have good means of transportation, a lot of cars. We have been going around here, and you find a good car being thrown away, and if maybe there is a way of maybe getting out those thrown cars back to the villages, they will be really nice.
I've got to ask, this isn't anything to do with creativity, but you've got to tell me about this leopard. The leopard.
The leopard or the lion?
The lion.
The leopard.
Oh yeah. So probably in our villages we have a problem of those kind of animals attacking our livestock at night, especially when it's raining, like now it's really raining back in Kenya, and a lot of floods. So those animals, those predators, they take advantage of coming at night and attack our animals at night.
Do you have dogs?
They are only kept for security, but I have seen here it's really different, because dogs are just kept in houses. But in our villages, they are being kept for security purpose only. So when the predators try to attack our animals at night, we get a signal through our dogs who are taking security out there. So you just wake up with a spear and you make them go away.
That's mental. Do you ever miss?
Sometimes you miss, but sometimes yes, you miss. And sometimes you manage to kill. Yeah.
It's not different. So you mentioned lions. So what's it like? How much contact do you have with lions?
In our villages, but population is going high day by day, and we have lions, but mostly now they are being found in national parks only, and maybe places which are really far from people. But sometimes when you go grazing, like now it's really green, so sometimes they came closer to where people lives. Yeah, and they try to attack cattle, and we have the Morans there. They defend the community by killing the lion and chase them away. Yeah.
Just with a spear?
Yeah, and a sword.
Gosh, that's mad, man. Have you ever battled with a lion before?
For me, I kill a lion when I was a warrior. Yeah, when I was a Moran.
Gosh, that is crazy, man. What about you, Daniel? Have you got what's your experience with predators?
Yeah, we have predators with just the same, but I have never killed a lion. So, but I've come very close to a lion, about 4 or 5 meters, and that's very scary, very scary. Lion is a very massive, big, huge. Explain everything. A big animal, and very clever, and it's an animal that actually understands its environment very well, and is very aware of its environment. So when I'm talking about a lion, I'm talking about a very cunning animal and a very wise animal. And one thing that is very strange, and something that maybe most of the outside world does not know is, and they always ask this question, is how do Maasais live with the lions, especially the lion? The other animals are not a big problem. The lion is a major problem. And we always say, and we always tell people that the lions knows the Maasais by smell. Just by that smell of a Maasai, a lion would know that that's a Maasai and it's not supposed to be attacked, or they will not attack. Again, another thing, a very simple and logical thing is the two have known how to live together. We have the principle that say you don't disturb, they don't disturb. So you do your thing, I do my thing. That's the principle that our Maasai have lived all along with any other animals. Maasai do not disturb animals. They do not even bother unless it becomes a bother. And if it becomes a bother, we become a bother. So that's just where the conflict comes in. So the lions just
They don't want the smoke then. The Maasai. The lions don't want trouble.
They don't want trouble. So mostly they just find a chance to attack animals, but they just have to find a very good chance. But they will not confront. They do sometimes when they get very hungry. Obviously, anybody will do that. When you get very hungry, you'll find an aggressive way to get food. But again, there has to be a fight. Whoever wins, take the trophy. Yes.
And one more thing. So that stick that you've got, what do you call that?
This is we call it orinka orinka in Masai language. This is for leaders. It's supposed to be held, especially in the community. We have leaders, and they do most of the speeches. So when you are speaking to the people, it's very advisable that you hold this and speak to the people as a sign of leadership. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. And what about you, John? What do you have in your hand?
We call this one orquatity, and we call it orquatity. And also the elders in the community gave me as a kind of blessing.
What kind of blessing? It gives you good luck, or
to get good future and to lead other people.
Yeah, it's good. I ain't got no blessings, man. I'm just going here just with nothing, just raw, no blessings. I don't know how I survive so far.
Maybe you haven't asked.
Yeah, I need to. Yes. Have you got any advice for people, creative people or artists in the West?
Where we are headed at the moment is we are losing the taste of music and art. Why do I say that? If you look at the kind of music that is being produced at the moment, it's music that you can't even listen with your sister, or even with your mother, or with people that you kind of have that respect, because they are dirty songs, if I may say. I'm sorry to use that word, but again, music, if we can sing about something that we have right now, and the future generation will benefit from that, then I think that's the best music, rather than just singing about
big booties,
this stuff that we sing about. We should have something that 100 years from now they'll have something attached to us, you see, not just it will reach a point, I'm very sure it will reach a point that these songs we are singing currently will be tasteless to the next generation. Because why? There's no message. The beats are good, everything else is good, but no message. That's what we need, so that the next generation and the generation to come and more generations to come will have the message. The beats will change, or definitely the beats will change with time, but then the message should remain. We should have music that have got a message for the next generation. Yeah.
Cool. Have you got anything to add to that, John? Cool. Okay, so I think that's everything I got to ask.
Thank you.
You had a good time.
Thank you.
And do you think you'll be able to show us some Maasai dancing?
Yeah, we'll show you one song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
one song. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
So coming up next, Maasai dancing. Until then, this has been Wagwarn Abel. I haven't got a catchphrase, so insert catchphrase there. Bye.
Hiya,